it was just one of those things. I tried to look at every side of it, and I thought, let's give this a shot. And of course, they paint such a great picture over there. When I was talking to them,
Of course, yeah.
yeah, I mean, they make it sound like how great it's going to be and
This is the big leads.
how big of a deal it
Yeah.
is, and it was. I mean, I'll never argue that WWE is the biggest wrestling company out there. Probably always will be, but yeah, there just wasn't a whole lot going on with me there. I was kind of being left to the side, as were a lot of other people, and my contract was up, so I just decided to make the move and see what happens, see where we went with it. And so you were asking how the transition went the whole time. Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, I thought everything was going to be good. I mean, because they just were so high on me and things that we were going to do. But it quickly changed after that, and it just became, yeah, one of the worst experiences in my career.
Did that change starting with the Braden Walker name change? And how did you feel about not using Wildcat Chris Harris?
The thing with that is, because a lot of people that have supported me through that whole ordeal, they rip on the name and the look and just I feel like I had enough confidence in myself. I could have made anything work. So the name necessarily it didn't really bother me that much. I kind of figured going into it that I was not going to be using Wildcat Chris Harris.
We just get annoyed as fans when they do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, especially if you have made a little bit of a name for yourself with that name. But I knew the business, and I knew that they want to own their property,
Right.
and so I kind of went in thinking that was it, and I'll take whatever we get worked out. What I didn't expect is for them to, in a matter of hours, put this name together. There was no thought put into it whatsoever. They talked to me a little bit about it, but we had to have something instantly done when we were coming up with different names, and they gave me a list that we were going through. But so I had a little bit of input in it, but there just wasn't a lot of thought process put into it for a $1 billion company. That you would think they had steps in it. I had meetings with the writing team and all kinds of ideas thrown out, and they went with none of it. It was like the
Okay.
meeting didn't even exist. So when they brought me out, it was a generic name, generic music, generic look, and so we really didn't give the fans any reason to care.
So they get to pick what you wear, like what you wore to the
I
ring?
mean, they gave me a little input in it,
Okay.
and but because I had so many, all my attire was Wildcat stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like in a matter of a day, we had to put something together, and it was all black. I mean, my first match there was just in a black singlet,
Yeah.
and I had brought my jacket, my old TNA jackets, to give them an idea of what I would like to do with something like that, and they were excited about that. They even told me, said, "Yeah, well, let's do something like this." But then they changed their mind, didn't want anything like that. So it was just doomed from the start.